Oh my gosh, I'm texting my tia.
What she want?
She's coming to say hi.
Here?
Yeah. By 10:30. Don't distract me. Okay. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Uno, dos, tres. Get my little nervous singing out before I start. This has got to be the most intimidating and hard episode I've done because today I am interviewing myself. And some people like to talk about themselves, but I'm just not that way. I like to hear what other people have to say. But I just feel like I need an introduction for this podcast and just to talk a little bit more about myself. So let's get into it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Valeria Genoves Show. I'm Valeria Genoves. I am the host, and Miguel is the producer. Nunez, is that your last name? He's my friend, I swear, but it's always Miguel. ¿Dónde estás, Miguel? I am not alone in this room ever. Miguel is always with me, and I always have a guest. So if you hear me talking to myself throughout this whole show, just know I'm really not. Miguel's right there, and I'm not crazy. But yeah, let's just start with my job title because that will tie into what this podcast is about and why I created it. And so, sorry, Miguel's distracted me. I started real estate back in August of 2023. This is kind of a little cool story, but I took my test on August 17th. No, sorry. I took my test August 16th, passed it, drove home from San Diego August 17th, met my mentor that same day, and I told him I was ready to join. I passed it. And then I met with my broker on the 18th, and I got hired and then had my birthday, my 26th birthday, on the 20th, and then officially signed my license or hung my license with Remax Parkside on the 23rd, which is a sweet little birthday gift to myself. And so it's special to me. And yeah, this is hard. This is a hard end. Okay, let's go with the flow. It's a little hot in here. So anyways, I'll talk about my real estate experience. And I just want to say how amazing Remax Parkside has been in general, and my mentor, and me being a 26-year-old brand new real estate agent, very active in social media, or not myself, but at least scrolling. We all scroll on TikTok and Instagram. I had many, many ideas. And one of the ideas that came to my top of mind was starting a podcast. And the reason behind the podcast was to advertise myself and let people know about me and my personality and getting to know me, and also meet local businesses and just get more involved with the community. So I didn't have a direction on how to start it or where to begin even. I'm not, what do you call that, Miguel? Technical savvy? No. Tech savvy, I'm not that. I know I'm young, but I'm not. And so rather than me starting my podcast, I got involved by doing giveaways. I reached out to local companies, my friends who have their own businesses, and I've purchased gift cards, or it was mainly gift cards so I could support them and just kind of tie in our businesses like, hey, I I value you guys, so I want to somehow give back. And that helped me with my Instagram growth as a real estate agent. That makes sense. I think I'm babbling now. um anyway, so that is how the idea of having a podcast came about. I have to say, anybody starting their real estate career, the when you start, the only thing you have, and it's really intimidating, but the only thing you do have is getting up and working every single day. Like, I think I worked for a year straight, and I maybe had a day or two off every like 3 months. So anybody looking to get your real estate career, just know that it's essential for the first year to just get up and then go straight to work and surround yourself with a good sphere. So I was fortunate to run across those people at Remax Parkside. There's two Remaxes, so I want to make sure we know it's Parkside, not the other one. I've only ever been at that brokerage, and I love it. And anybody looking to start their business, that's a good brokerage to start. I feel like I have a lot to say, and then I forgot. It's okay. It's gonna be like a random, like, go back and forth kind of podcast episode, I think. But I guess I should go back to the beginning. And the beginning is a little bit about myself. I grew up in Paso. However, I was born in Mexico, and I came to the United States when I was 6 years old. I learned to read and write both English and Spanish here, taught by Mrs. Sonia Green. And I always say I'm going to reach back out to her, but she taught me so much. I only spoke Spanish. That was my first language. However, I was so young, so I was never taught to read or write in Mexico. And it's kind of crazy. I picked it up quick. So every time I think I'm down, I'm like, I learned English and Spanish in like a month. So that gives me a little bit of motivation. But anyway, so grew up here and graduated Paso High School. I always lie a little bit and I say I graduated in Paso Robles High School, but honestly, spilling the beans right now, Miguel, honestly, I actually graduated from independent studies. I had a job since I was 14, and my last year of high school, I chose really hard electives. I only needed 10 credits. I only needed like math and whatever and science, and I chose really hard electives, but I also worked a full-time job since I was 14, and I burned out and I just could not keep up with these electives. So it was a choice of trying to keep up or catch up, or just going into independent studies for a week and graduating because that's all I needed. There were great electives. It was like vet science and geo. Geo was one of the best electives I've ever had. We went hiking, backpacking, but it was a difficult one. Anyways, so I chose to go into independent studies the last few months of school, finish within a week or two, get my diploma, and then just worked after that. Um, so that is where I started to grow. I mean, my plan was to go to college, but then I decided, but then life just, moves very quick. And then all of a sudden you're 20 something and then you just never went to college. And that's okay because they worked out really well for me. But anyways, after that, when I turned 21, I walked into this place called Pine Street Saloon. And I remember seeing the bartenders with all this cash. And I'm like, I want to work here. And they wouldn't hire me because I didn't have any bartending experience, right? And also I was really shy. And this conversation is really important to who I am today and how I got out of my comfort zone. And that was because of Pine Street. I kind of had to. And anyways, so I go into Pine Street and it took me like 6 months. No, that's a lie. It took me like 6 months because they wouldn't hire me. So I went to Big Bubba's, took a bartending job there to get experience so then I could come back and show my experience at Pine Street. So I took that job, came back. My boss was like, no, we don't need anybody. So I showed up every weekend just to say hi to him until he hired me a month later. And with that, I worked 2 jobs for a while. I would get up at 5 a.m, be at my breakfast job, Jose's Country Kitchen. I love that place. And then I would go to work at night. And so then I experienced another burnout because I did that for six months, almost a year, where I was barely sleeping on the weekends and I was taking all the shifts. And then I decided it was time to quit Jose's Country Kitchen. And then after I quit, I bartended there for another 6 years. But in the meantime, and I've talked about this on my podcast a lot, but I have really cool people in my life. I have a really good set of friends that I love, and they love me back. And honestly, that helps me keep going. My motivation is that I have such a group support system. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean. And anyways, one of my mentors in life told me, like, what are you doing selling beer when you could be selling something more of a bigger scale? And so, what is that one show? Selling Sunset came out around that time. And so I watched it and I took in what he said. And then I said, I'm going to become a real estate agent. And the reason why Pine Street has so much to do with my real estate was, one, that's why I was just, selling beer. And also the people that I met were one of my first clients. And I still have a lot of my clients from Pine Street Saloon. And it was because they know me and they've watched me grow up. Because although I was 22 when I started, I am 28 now. So it was like all of my early 20s have been there. And like, I don't know if anybody needs a reminder, but your 20s is when you grow the most. And so these people that I've met at Pine Street have given me a chance to represent them in one of their biggest purchase of their lives. which is buying a home, and they did it without any questions asked. I didn't ask. They knew I just started. They knew that I didn't have any experience, and they just put the trust in me. Well, that goes back to surrounding yourself with good mentors, because behind all those transactions, all of the transactions that I've actually done, there is a group of people that have helped me in all of them. And that was my mentor, my boss, my coworkers that became my mentors. They all were there making sure that my client got the best deal and they were all satisfied. So thank God for them, because so far I have not had anyone that's been unhappy with me, and I have not made a mistake that has ruined or that could have cost a lot of money. It was, I don't know. I don't think we all make little mistakes, but not anything drastic, because I had such a great team behind me. And, but now I just keep babbling on. So let's go back to the podcast. The podcast. I want to say that I'm really impressed by, first of all, Miguel, because this is pretty legit. And we don't get to see that in our small town. And also, I am very thankful of how many people are willing to sit down with me and do this show with me and sit with me for an hour. And let me tell you, most of us are really freaking nervous. Like, I'm nervous right now as I'm speaking, and I'm always nervous. And I can't imagine how the other person next to me feels. Like, I do this quite often. I think we're scheduled to do this once a week, although sometimes things happen and schedules change. But so this turned out to be more amazing than I've ever expected, and I am loving the people that I get to meet and the conversations that I get to have, and I am so lucky to have that experience. And so I just want to talk about what this podcast really is about. For the people who don't really watch it, or they watch it here and there, the purpose of this podcast is to advertise local businesses, to let the people, our local people, let them know about us. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because there's people out here. And so I'm sorry if I seem distracted, but anyway, so the purpose is for them to be able to show a face to their product or their business and just advertising. So I really hope that whoever has been on my show, it's helped them some way to either get a client from it or even just be more comfortable in front of the camera, because we all know that if you own a business or if you have a product, it is very important for you to be able to showcase that through social media, because that's just that's the new era. Does that make sense? This is just what it is. We have AI now, we have ChatGPT, like everything's on the internet. So if you have a business, you have to get yourself out there, and you have to be comfortable being online. And it's not easy. I mean, some people are naturals. I know a lot of people think that it's natural for me, but it's really not. Like, my hands right now are sweating, and I just, whatever. I mean, at some point, I decided that I'm just gonna put it out there, and I'm not even going to criticize anything that I say or do. This is naturally me. So when you actually meet me in person, I will talk this way, and I'll just skip from one conversation to another conversation. And So if I do that in person, I'm going to do that behind my camera too. So the future goals for this podcast is to advertise it a little bit more. And now it's not really for me, right? Because I'm always there. But I found that we make an episode, we put it out on social media one time, and then we just don't advertise it again. And I want to remind people that it is on YouTube and it's on Spotify and it's on Apple Music, and you can go on it and watch it at any time. And sometimes people just need a reminder that this topic and this person did a podcast and it's still available to watch. So that is one of my future goals, is to do a little bit better job advertising our guest. And it's not only, this isn't a podcast about just real estate. I know I'm a real estate agent, but it's a podcast about business owners, and I am going to put my friends on here. I am going to put my coworkers on here. It's meant to be fun, and we have a lot of fun. We do. I mean, it seems like at first it's a job, but then you realize it's just, I don't know, it's fun. You guys have to sit down with me or with anybody doing a podcast to experience it, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. But so that's our goal for 2026. It's January. We're almost to the end of January, actually. It's gone by so fast. So let's I want to talk about what's been happening lately, and what I don't know. I guess just some changes that I've made in my life, and the reasons behind it. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool how much my life has changed in the last year, and actually in the last month. And for once, I quit my job at Pine Street this year. After 6 years, I decided that December was my last month. And I want to say, like, it holds such a special, place in my heart. That's the problem when you're Mexican and you forget all this sayings. Don't put me on. Yeah, no, I don't even know how it says it is, how you say it in Spanish. Un lugar en mi corazón. I don't know. It's just where it all started, and how I was able to come into my own personality, because when you working there and going through so many people and meeting so many personalities, then you start to like toughen up first, because you have to be a little tough because you're working with drunk people. And then also that they're so inviting that you have nothing to worry about with your personality. You start to be who you are, and then people either like you or they don't. And then because you don't know them at first, who cares? And then you start to get to know them, and then you realize how cool they are, and then how much more comfortable you can be around them. But anyways, I decided to quit my job at Pine Street Saloon after 6 years, because I feel like I've already met the people that I needed to meet, in the sense that I've met so many cool people. I have so many clients from there, and everything has to end, right? Like, I already took so much out of that place in a good way that it's just time to move on, and I want to leave it at that. I want to remember it as all the good people that I've met, all the good energy that I've had there, and all the growth that I've done while I was there. And also, my boss passed away almost a year now. And I have to say I miss him. Everybody listening to this, we all miss Ron, bossy boss. But I just think it was time to move on. And also the hours. Going to bed at 3 a.m. I'm not old, but I'm getting there. And I no longer want to go to bed at 3 a.m. and then be up at 6 or 7 for my next 6, 7. I'm so over that. I am so over that. But I don't. Sorry I did that. My niece does that all the time, and so every time that comes up, I think of her. So that is one. And the second thing is that I've moved brokerages this week, and not because I don't love Remax Parkside. I love everybody. I love the brokerage. It's a great brokerage. However, this last 2 years, I've been in real estate for 2 years and a half. I realized that I don't like to do this job alone. I like to have somebody to do it with me. It's funner. I like to bounce my ideas back and forth. I like to have that extra support. And my best friend just happens to be at a different broker, and we want to build a partnership together, and we can't do that in different brokerages. So I decided to join her, and this new broker, I've heard many good things about them. I've only experienced one broker, and I didn't feel the need to leave for no absolute reason because I had everything I needed there, except I didn't have my person. So I decided to move with her, and yeah, I think it's going to be good for our business. I speak Spanish, she speaks Spanish. I'm disorganized, she's very organized. Not to say I don't do my job well, because I feel like I always say these things like, oh, I'm forgetful, I'm disorganized. I do my job really well. Like, I am on top of things, and I will fight if I have to. I'm just kidding. Not that, but I definitely have my clients' back. And however, I lack in a couple things, just like all of us. And one of my biggest, not an issue, but like one of the things I lack in is keeping organized. My brain is very scattered, and so I just need that one person to tell me, this is our schedule today. This is how you use all of these systems that we have. Because to be a successful real estate agent, not to say that there's people out there that don't make it out this way, but there's just a lot to remember, and there's whatever. Us realtors know what the keeping a whole system means, and that is my future goal. My goal that I've been talking about it, Miguel knows, is that I want to be more organized, and I want to make my time work for me, because I have a lot on my plate, but it's a good thing. It's like good stuff. Like, I want to do jiu-jitsu, and I've stopped doing it so much because I have other things. Like, I have a podcast, which I love it. And then I have another job. I work with my parents now at Alice Mexican Grill, and I love it. I never thought I would love working with my parents so much. I thought I was going to quit in the first couple weeks, but it turns out that I love it more than I expected it, which goes back to take a chance and just do things that you've been thinking about doing, because you might love it more than what you expect. And so anyway, where was I, Miguel? Do you remember? Oh yeah, what's going on with my life? Yes, I love my podcast. Anyway, so yeah, it just goes, I just basically what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to sharpen the things that I am good at, and I need help to do that. And I love that other people love working with me, because thank you, Jessica, for like working with me, because for you to be able to sit me down is tough. But anyway, so those are my couple changes that I've made so far. And the next, I guess, are just goals. And I'm doing mini goals this year, little tiny goals, because I have a lot of things that I want to improve in. And so I'm going to improve those things before I come up with some other thing to do. And one of the things is I want to start reading books. And this is one thing that I've come to terms with, and that is I'm never going to pick up a self-help book. Is that what you call them? Like, the last time I stopped reading was when I picked up this book called How to Be a Millionaire, and I'm so sure you guys all know and heard about it. But I hate it. I hated the book. I also read the How to Win Friends and Influence People. I hated that book. People love it, and you get all these, I don't know why. I'm not judging you guys, but that's not me. And so I will no longer do things that don't bring me joy. So I picked up a mystery book, maybe, but I know you guys have all heard it. There's a movie called The Housemaid. And so I went to pick up the book before I watch it, because that is the kind of books I love. I like mystery. I like romance. And so moving forward, I want to read, but I'm going to read what I love, not things that people suggest me to read, because those are boring and I'm not trying to hate reading. So I also want to start a TikTok, and I already have a TikTok, but I want to be consistent on it because I enjoy my vlogs. So if you guys see my Instagram, you're going to see a lot of vlogs on there. I should post more, but anyway. So I enjoy doing that, and I enjoy shopping, which is not good. And I love shoes, and I love fashion. And so every time I'm scrolling through Instagram, it's all fashion or house decor. Like, that's all. Like, if you looked on my, what do you call it, For You page, it's all that. So I would like to start a TikTok and start posting my outfits, and also start vlogging and just chatting, just kind of what I'm doing now, I guess. Sorry if I'm boring you guys. Whatever, it's for me. This is all for me, okay? And then that other goal I have is, let me look at my notes. I think those are about, I want to learn how to play guitar. And I have a guitar, and I've been saying this for many years, 2 years, but I started my real estate career then. And I just, with my real estate career, my other job, and just life balance, which you really don't get when you have 2 jobs. There's no excuse. I got lazy. And so that is one thing on my goal, is to be and then I'm currently I'm working, this is gonna sound really like cheesy, but I'm working on romanticizing my life. I can't even say that word, but I'm having so much fun. Like, shopping, but like just just like going out for coffee or going to farmers market or going thrift shopping or just like I find joy in little things, and me going on a walk downtown Paso and going into new stores is what I really enjoy. And me walking my dogs, I love it. I think people think it's kind of weird how much I love it, but I love walking my dogs, and I love making it with the intention of I'm gonna walk my dog and then I'm gonna go get ice cream. And then I have a 14-year-old niece that I'm very close to, and I'm just enjoying having that or sharing that with her. Like her and I are both, it's so adorable, but she's 14 and she knows more about skincare than I do. And so we share this together, and I guess that is why I'm enjoying it and why I'm making that a goal. It's because I get to share this with my niece who's a teenager, and I think that's just special. And I think to just leave on that note. Does that make sense? On that note. Again, the purpose of this episode was really just to talk about mainly what this podcast is about, but I just kind of went off on other things and just have you guys know me a little bit more, and also just basically give thanks to everybody who's been on our show. And I know it says the Valeria Genoves Show, but really it's our show, because without him there wouldn't be a show. And just so you guys know, he has multiple shows that he helps with, and so thank you. And also did I already say grateful? I did like 20 times, huh? I said that multiple times, but just the goals that I have for the podcast, and we got to be more consistent, okay? And thank you for everybody my circle, everybody, but also my circle, because I am so lucky. I'm always happy. I know we all have bad days, but at the end of the day, I always have, not happy, but I have this joy in my heart because I have a lot of love from people. And I think that should be everybody's goal. I mean, I'm not judging you guys, but create a circle of love that you can give and then get that in return. I appreciate all my friends, because you guys, people don't see the hustle behind owning your own business. And a lot of times I go MIA. I've done that to Miguel too. And then then I'll come back in a week later and be like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I've been so busy. But I have a group of friends, and I have a group in my family who understand that maybe I haven't made it to the birthday parties or the get-togethers for the last few months, but it's not because I don't want to be there. It's because I'm just busy right now, and there is no offense to it. I'm always invited to everything, and they always speak to me with like, I'm not mad at you. And then when we get together, we have the best time of our lives. I love my girlfriends. I like my guys friends too, but I very much love my girlfriends, and I love my family. I know there's a little fly in here. But I think that's it. What do you think, Miguel? Anything? Right. If you don't, what's not to like about our show, though?
I know that's the tough part.
Yeah.
Nothing to not like.
And also, you know what? I'm enjoying those TikToks we make with the other. It's so cool that other people are willing to do these TikToks. Like they're fun. So I guess that could be our goal too, to make more TikToks together with our guest. And yeah, that's it. That's it for now. A lot of changes. I love it. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for listening to me just blah 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 the random stuff. And yeah, who if you guys want to be on the show, just reach out to Miguel or me and we will what? Reach out to you.
What's my company name?
EZF Media. Yes. Just like I have trouble saying certain words, I have entrepreneur. I can't say entrepreneur and romanticize. I just that's it right. I can't pronounce multiple words. But to be fair, I'm from Mexico and whatever. We have an accent. It is what it is. All right. Thank you, everybody.